An inflated budget, a lack of press, a looming sense of superhero fatigue. The November box office needs a hero. The question is, can Captain Marvel be that hero? The fall season got a little more bare than many in the industry hoped it would be, as movies like Dune Part 2 vacated 2023 in the hopes of greener pastures in 2024. This was thanks to the strikes that dramatically hindered Hollywood this year. The Marvels, the latest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is due to hit theaters this weekend, and Brie Larson's Captain Marvel will be leading a brand new superhero team. Unfortunately, the movie's box office prospects are not looking super heroic.
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
Director Nia DaCosta's big screen MCU debut is currently looking at an opening weekend between $72 and $90 million, according to The Hollywood Reporter. That's a pretty broad range, but even on the high end, it would fall well short of 2019's Captain Marvel, which opened to $153 million. But even that range may not tell the full tale, as Box Office Pro is far more pessimistic, giving the film an opening weekend range of $45 million to $62 million. Should that come to pass, it would be nothing short of disastrous. Looming large is the fact that the film carries a reported $250 million budget. This is quite a bit higher than the first film, which was made for $160 million, en route to a $1.13 billion global total. But the days of MCU films sailing to $1 billion at the box office with relative ease appear to be behind us. The only MCU entry to cross that coveted mark since the pandemic began is Spider-Man: No Way Home at $1.9 billion worldwide. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness did get close, though, at $955 million worldwide. So what is The Marvels all about? The film sees Captain Marvel reclaim her identity from the tyrannical Kree and take revenge on the Supreme Intelligence. Her duties send her to an anomalous wormhole linked to a Kree revolutionary, and her powers become entangled with Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, and Carol's estranged honorary niece, astronaut Captain Monica Rambeau. Samuel L. Jackson also returns once again as Nick Fury. Even if The Marvels opens closer to $90 million, it would have next to no shot of matching its predecessor. Granted, Captain Marvel was a unique situation. The film overperformed against expectations largely because it came out at the peak of MCU fever, just weeks before Avengers Endgame arrived. It felt like essential viewing in the gap between Infinity War and Endgame. That helped push it well past the $1 billion mark. These movies certainly don't need to make $1 billion to be considered successful, but with a $250 million budget, anything below $600 million worldwide is likely considered a disappointment. Marvel Studios' most recent release, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, did very well, taking in $845 million worldwide. But that was the finale of a trilogy that audiences were resoundingly on board for. This is a bit of a different situation. Here, we're introducing a new superhero team, at a time when audiences are rejecting a lot of new superheroes. Eternals, Black Adam, and Blue Beetle all failed to start new franchises, for example. Word of mouth is going to be key here. Reviews have not dropped yet, but as we saw with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania earlier this year, that can have a major impact. That film opened to $106 million before falling off a cliff, topping out at just $476 million.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. I'll tell you later.
Marvel and Disney are also relying on fans more than usual here, as Larson and the rest of the cast haven't been able to embark on a press tour, given that the Screen Actors Guild strike is still in effect. That certainly doesn't help matters. There are several other hurdles that Marvel's latest has to clear to overcome what feels like a deck stacked against it right now. For one, the title doesn't say Captain Marvel 2, and there's no catchy subtitle. The Marvels may not mean a lot to the average, more casual moviegoer. The sequel also doesn't have the benefit of setting up a big event film like Endgame. It's more or less a standalone adventure. Then there's the fact that Monica Rambeau and Ms. Marvel were set up in WandaVision and Ms. Marvel on Disney+. Did enough viewers watch those shows to move the needle? Or are viewers who didn't watch those shows going to feel alienated? With opening weekend on the horizon, it's a question that looms large.